Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Huda London. I'm a licensed cognitive behavior therapist and licensed mental health counselor. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the contents in this channel. Today I'd like to talk about Nicola Bulley, who was reported missing on the 23rd of January around 9:33 a.m. Nicola Bulley was last seen near the bench and the fields of River Wye. Nicola Bulley dropped off her daughters to school. She parked her car. We saw the last footages from Sky News. There was even a red purse that you could see that was in the trunk of a car. And I believe that could be important, obviously, because as women, we usually keep everything in our purse, from keys to makeup, change, debit cards, Visa cards, whatever. We do usually keep our purse close to us. And usually, I don't know about other places, but in London, we usually do not leave our purses or our wallets behind in our cars and our mobile devices so that it doesn't attract attention for burglars and for robbery to happen. So I found that odd that the red small purse was in the van, in the trunk of the van, but we did not see, or we haven't heard much about it. There's many things we haven't heard much about in this case. But what has caught the what has caught the eye of the world in this case of Nicola Bulley, I believe, is because we haven't got proper information, to be honest about it. All we heard from law enforcement in Lancashire was that Nicola Bulley somehow managed to fall in the water, is in the water basically. They said that Nicola Bulley was in the water because the CCTV cameras showed that that was the last place she would have been. And I do find that to be, of course, right, because the CCTV cameras would have shown Nicola's whereabouts, but then there is a certain part of Nicola's walk that we see that clearly did not have CCTV cameras. So anything could have happened. That is why, like the former police officers and detectives have said, it is important to have a couple of theories, couple of possibilities that you have to think about. You can't just say that the person is in the water. And then later on, when the search was going on for 23 days, we had Peter Folding and his team that he's a specialist in sonar and sonar equipments, just like the Kylie Rodney case. So he was involved. He checked through literally inside the river with his sonar. He said that they even checked the water beds and Nicola wasn't there. So it was strange. 23 days later, this was literally 2 days after the Sky timeline reconstructions that the two female and male reporters did when they were talking to Ron. That was on a Friday, and Nicola's body was found on a Sunday. And then you had on Friday the reconstruction done, and on Thursday you had the police conference where Nicola's vulnerable information was let out, which I do not believe is right at all as a therapist, because I understand what issues and what trauma it can bring for her children, for her family, for her loved ones. I know that we've heard from the police that it was Paul who gave them the information and the family were aware about it. So I do understand. Maybe the family knows maybe more than we know. But what I find difficult to understand is, like the former police officer who's standing near the bench and talking, explains. He says this in the bench, near the bench area, the water is so shallow that it's impossible for someone to fall and not survive. That's exactly what he said. You can go back and check many former police officers and even chiefs, police chiefs have said that this the way everything happened, that the possibility should have been more opened and more widened to other possibilities. I do understand when law enforcement are upset that there are TikTokers and other people going literally into the crime scene, disturbing the peace, whether they're going into somebody's yard or somebody's camping trailers. I don't think that is right. Ethically, it's wrong. Ethically, morally, it's wrong. And then on top of that, legally, it's wrong. Obviously, there is a law. That's the reason the police are put there to serve and protect. And by us going and literally disrespecting somebody's deceased body and taking pictures of them, that is really wrong. That is sad for Nicola's loved ones, Nicola's daughters, and Nicola's friends and community to see such things going on. That is sad. So I understand when law enforcement are complaining about people literally getting into the way for them to do their jobs. But I personally believe that law enforcement definitely, because since they have reported themselves to the higher investigation team and the watchdogs, then I believe that's actually a good start because they've reported themselves. So let's see. Although the investigation will be done to their teams or maybe higher authorities, but the way this case was handled with Nicola's personal information being released, I think was terrible. Because when you think about it, as a woman and as a woman around those ages, I think it's terrible that anyone's personal information is released out. Because imagine, let's say if Nicola was alive. I wish she was alive. Imagine if she was alive and then if something happened and a misunderstanding happened and then they found her and Nicola was safe. And Nicola has been hearing all these hurtful things about her personal life being put up there. That is wrong. That is hurtful. That causes mental health illnesses. That is really, really wrong. No matter who suggested it, law enforcement should have thought of it properly, like did a proper decision making, because this is personal information, confidential information about someone's life. As a female, I understand that. People have different symptoms, obviously, with menopause. So some do have these flashbacks, migraines, night sweats, such things. But then, if that was so important for them there are millions of women in this world who go through this daily or go through this once in their lifetime when they come to a certain age. But then for it to be like a key and being put out there, I personally believe it was put out there to distract people. I'm not saying by law enforcement, but whoever gave that information to law information and advised them to put it out, they shouldn't have done it. Because this is about Nicola. This is Nicola who's missing. Nicola has daughters who will grow up watching these. Nicola's daughters as teachers. Nicola's daughters' friends have mothers who are watching this. The community is watching this. So this is really terrible. This mistake shouldn't have happened. And like all the former all the former law enforcements, some of them are private investigators now. And one of them is a chief. And one of them is a senior detective. Have said that themselves. You can see that it's impossible to fall out of the bench and not survive. So what exactly did happen to Nicola? Let's without causing any speculations, to start with, this is for entertainment purpose only. So without causing any speculation, let's think. There was a certain place that Nicola there wasn't a camera there. There wasn't the CCTV camera. So what could have happened in that certain place? Could it be possible that something happened there? Or did something happen near the bench? Was there a confliction? Was there an argument? Did she pass someone? Was there a fight about maybe what Nicola's dog allegedly could have done? Was it some kind of misunderstanding that led into Nicola allegedly ending up in the river? Or if she really did end up in the river? It is all right to sit and speculate because we do not have all the answers. But then we have to be mindful how we speculate, I believe. And I'm trying to be, but I have it difficult putting this case to rest as an accident. I believe there's more to this case, and it's just sad that so much distractions has come that has just overtaken the case from time to time, that we never seem to be getting to the real reason, to the real cause. What happened to Nicola? Something happened between 9:10 and 9:30. Some news media reports report 9:15. Some say 9:10. Some say 9:20. Some say 9:35. But we heard from law enforcement around 33 past. But then one of the first clips with the first, sergeant or the senior officer was in charge. I think, was it Sully? One of them, the female police officer, she said from the start, when you watch the first time Nicola went missing, she said that 1 hour later the dog and the phone was moved to the bench. So I don't know if that clip is wrong. I don't know if the rest of the clips are wrong, but you can check by what I'm saying. Check, it's in one of my clips. I think I wrote, did the police officer just say that the dog was found 1 hour later? And I did rewind it a couple of times, unless I'm having hearing issues, sorry. But something has been said there, so I don't understand. What could have happened? 10 minutes period is too little for something to happen. But then you have Brian Kohlberger's case that says that within 60 minutes he managed to slain 4 people. So within 10 minutes, anything could have happened. Anything could have happened. Nicola could have been abducted from the place and taken to the other side of the river, or anything else. So I really hope that this autopsy investigation can bring some answers. And if it was just a fatal accident, then awareness needs to be spread, especially near the bench. But then, like Nicola's friend Charlotte said, it's very important. Why would they put a bench there? There's a bench there for a purpose, for people to sit and read a book, for people to sit and do their homework or whatsoever. You can see there's a distance between the bench and the embankment of the water itself. There is a distance, and the water is shallow. Nicola was found in a she was caught in between reeds of the tree that was bended. But that is exactly the same places that Peter Folding has been checking. You see policemen in Lancashire, policemen in St. Michael's and Lancashire walking around the West Bank. You see them riding the horses around the West Bank. You see divers all around the area. You see the community members walking around there. So how could Nicola be missed? She got caught up in something in the river at the start. It was shallow, so she wouldn't have gone far. I hope they investigate this matter properly. Guys, please like, share and subscribe if you enjoy the contents in this channel. And I hope that the matter of the investigation of Nicola's confidential rights, or confidential information being put out there, I hope that is addressed to, just like the UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak said, and just like the Home Secretary Officer said, Home Secretary Minister, I'm sorry. It is important that mistakes are being put out there in every branch so that we learn from our mistakes. In counseling, we always learn, reflect. Even as therapists, we're supposed to sit and reflect on what we can do better so that we don't have burnouts, so that we can help our clients in a more sufficient and better quality way. Please like, share, and subscribe. Have a lovely day. Bye.